Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. PC tier 1. Boom. Here we go. Okay then, we are all set up here on my side. Good evening everybody. Welcome to today's 20th round around Brazil in Interlagos. It's going to be very interesting race. I would like to apologize for my absence on the American USA round. But now I'm back. And let's get this show on the road with this evening's Brazil. As we are just waiting for the track to load up. And here we go, the qualifying is in the rain, which is going to be very interesting for the top 10 drivers. As the drivers have to prepare the setups here. And let's just see who comes out first. As the engines are starting to rev. So I'll put details fitted, enabled, and the track map. And the first is a Williams car. Who is it gonna be? No, it's the Mercedes of JC21 coming out on his outlap. On the intermediate compound tyres. Second sector of the track is going to be very hard for them. They're going to have to give each other loads of room to at least try to overtake. Come around the slow hairpin, letting the car roll through it. Now have to line up car perfectly for this turn right here. Slowly on the throttle to not spin the car out. And there we go. And JC21 and the Mercedes are starting his hot lap right now on the intermediates. Going cautiously into the second corner. Full throttle. Starting his second sector here. 100% on the brakes. Third gear. Smoothly back on the power. Maku, his teammate as well on the out lap. He's going to start his hot lap right now. You can see. Nokoto Han let him past. Very, very sportsmanlike. Second sector, the fastest one. Very nicely. And as for now, first place. Torosso got the lead. Provenza started second sector, Bomba in the Haas as well on his outlap. Sean MC, 2 Torossos, 1-2, very nicely. Barbagello comes in, third place, took it away, took the podium from JC21. What a drive. Bogdan coming back into the pits. Barbagello, McLaren, 4th place. JC21 is falling down, but still, he will still manage as Barbagello is warming up his tyres. Provenza coming up to the home straight here. Gonna start his hot lap. Very interesting for this McLaren driver. Very smoothly. Putting half the pressure on the throttle. Oh, a little bit spin there, but he saved it. The back end popped out just a bit. As Pit F1 gets the second place on the podium. Mako on 5th place. Very nice. Looks like this is gonna be his race, his track here at the Brazil. As we are watching Provenza in the McLaren. Just finishing up his second sector. Barbagello had some trouble. There's going to be loads of spinning out here. John in the Alfa Romeo takes second place. Oh, that drift to the outside. Might have lost a bit of time there. We go the home straight. As close as possible to that barrier. Second place. What a lovely drive from Provenza here. And onto the grass. But he saves it. GC is coming into the pits. Maku as well in the pits. Let's see Bogdan on his out lap. He's going to be starting his hot lap right now. As Cosmin is in the Red Bull struggling to qualify. Third gear. Very nice, just letting that car roll through the first corner there. And Barbagello first place for the McLaren team. A little bit wide there, lost a bit of time. As we can see, the track is slowly starting to dry out. It's not raining anymore. So the grip is getting grippier and grippier, the track is getting grippier. As Bogdan is chasing down one of the Red Bulls. And we go coming up to the home straight. What is going to be his time here? hugging that barrier. Look at this. For third place for Bogdan in the Alfa Romeo. Managed to break his car into the first chicane. As Maku, as we can see, is starting his hot lap right now. Let's go on board with this driver. So he maximizing that 8th gear. Lock up on the left, a big one, but manages to keep it in. Nicely. Again, lock up on the rears, I think. He's pushing the car, look at that. The back end stepped out on him. But he's still going, he's still maintaining that pace. Here we go. Second, first, second again. Letting that car roll. Getting halfway. Lovely, touching the curb up just a bit, and again the back wheels are just wheel spinning there. And here we go. As well, hugging that barrier, 12th place. Troger here, as well on his out lap. As you can see, there's a Williams right in front of him. Two of the Force India's Racing Point cars are on the out lap. Noko Sofan and Troja Leggi. Lucas Gambrini gets first place. Takes the lead from Barbagello. As the track is getting grippier and grippier with time. What a wonderful drive by all of those drivers. Let's go on board with Troja here. Kissing the curb, a little bit of a back end steps out for him. Nicely lining the car up, and some of the drivers are going on softs, as you can see here. See, I don't think that's a good choice for them because the track is still not 100% dry. And we got Troja coming up to the home straight, going into the pits. Floor still in the pits, didn't qualify yet, as well as Cosman. They might be talking about some strategy they're going to make for the race. As we can see, one of the Toro Rosso drivers, Sebastian, is on the softs. Let's see how he copes. Has to go very slowly to not lose the grip. Look at that! Just, oh, a little bit of the back end. Too much throttle on those tires, and it's the end for him. Look at that! Look how slidey he is. He's just drifting everywhere. And coming into the pits he is. Oh, contact with the barrier even though there was no contact. And here we go. The pole position leader is coming out of the pits on the softs. Right behind him, Barbagello. V Provenza following his teammate. Barbagello following his teammate. I'm sorry for that. Two of the Alfa Romeos are in the pits. The same with the two Williams cars. One of the Renault cars is in the pits. JC21 in the Mercedes. Cosman in the Red Bull on his softs, coming on to his hot lap right now, invalidated lap time. The car seems a little bit slidey there, not enough grip anymore for the intermediates, so now is the time to come back into the pits and change onto the soft compound tires, as the Dark Champion is right behind the Mercedes driver. He's on his out lap. As you can see on the sky, it's starting to get a little bit sunny there. Slowing down here, Lucas Gambarini letting Barbagello go past to not ruin his hot lap. As we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go of the qualifying session. Provenza takes the pole, and here's Barbagello, the teammate, takes second. 1-2 for the McLarens. Now, will anybody be able to beat both the two McLaren cars around Brazil with 2 minutes to spare? Going a little bit wide there for the Toro Rosso, pushing that car as much as he can. But now sector 2 is all about precision, going into those tight hairpins, tight corners, letting the car roll through the. Trogileggi gets second place in the Racing Point car. Dark Champion third place in a Ferrari for him. As Sebastian and Torosso is coming up to the final straight, the home straight here, going as close as he can. First place, excellent drive from him, excellent position and floor from last to first place, as Lucas takes the first place away from floor with only 50 seconds left of the qualifying session. What a tremendous qualifying it is, as Lucas has retired. Cosman still struggling. Here comes Maku, going very, very close. Third place, podium for Maku. Tremendous drive from the driver of the Mercedes. Ten seconds to go. As Cosman just made it in time for his final qualifying. as Maku is in 3rd place. So it's Lucas Gambrini. Now Vlad takes the pole from Lucas Gambarini. Bogdan as well. Oh my god, John. Those drivers are literally killing it on the track. Now, will Cosman62 beat 1 minute and 9 seconds? Trojalegi in the last Romanian qualifying. Milan as well. What a wonderful, wonderful qualifying it is. Noko Japan. 2 Force India cars, Racing Point cars. 1, 2nd and 3rd place on the podium. As Cosman qualifies to 12th place. As nobody else. And this is the end of our qualifying session. The last couple of minutes of the qualifying session were spectacular. And here's is the grid lineup for the Brazilian Grand Prix race. Very, very spectacular. Milan, the only person in Williams that qualified on the podium. But now he has 2 Racing Point cars behind him. So now he has to defend. He has to concentrate coming into the first chicane. As the drivers are preparing to place the cars on the grid in a raining condition. It's going to be intermediates. As we are on the grid and the formation up is underway. As Milan in the Williams is in 1st place. Noko 1200 in a Racing Point car behind him, the same as his teammate. 3rd place Troja. 4th place John in the Alfa Romeo. 5th place the Dark Champion in the Ferrari. 6th place JC21 in the Mercedes. Bogdan 7th place in the Alfa Romeo. 8th place Sean MC in the Toro Rosso. 9th place Barbagello. And there was a little bit of a spin from Cosman, I think that was. As we are going back onto introducing the grid, Sean MC 8th place in the Toro Rosso, 9th place Barbagello in the McLaren, 10th place Vlad Red in the Haas, Pit F1 in 11th place the Williams, 12th place Cosman62 in the Red Bull Racing, 13th place Lucas Gambarini DNF'd from the qualifying formation lap in the Renault, 14th place Flora Red Bull, 15th place Maku in the Mercedes, 16th place Bomba in Haas, 17th place Sebastian in Toro Rosso, 18th place Provenza in the McLaren, 19th place Philoctis in the Renault, and Lomarco rounds up the grid. As here they come, line up on the grid. Now it's all about who gets the perfect start from the front row. Because too much wheel spin, unfortunately, but we will look at the mid pack of the grid because there's going to be loads of. It's going to be very difficult for the drivers to go into the first corner. And here we go. And there we go. The race is underway. 5 red lights are off. And look at this. Nokotar going around the inside. His teammate trying to follow. And John gets second place. Look at this. The whole grid. Very, very. One of the Mercedes guys. JC going a little bit wide. Round the inside. Holds it in. 2 Toro Rosso cars stuck together. And there's a huge crash. Unlucky for pit F1 as the rest of the grid going very wide onto the grass. Philoctus, Barbagello going around the inside, pushing him wide. Barbagello braking very, very vigorously. Maku trying to hold it in, trying to survive. Look at this. There's a crash again. Troja got spun out by Provenza. A little bit of a back tap there. As John takes the lead, Nokotov Han behind him, Bogdan third place. Barbagello, Maku is chasing Barbagello, going round the outside. Barbagello going into the pits. What a tremendous overtake from Sean MC. Who overtook and there we go. Floor takes back 9th place. Lucas Gambrini going around the inside. Takes 10th place from Sean MC. As Maku is trying his hardest to catch up to the pack. There we go. Vlad in the Haas car trying to maximize the grip he can get. He's right on Floor's tail, on Cosman's tail there. GC, one of the Mercedes drivers, is still chasing Bogdan. Just using that slipstream, Bogdan trying to catch Milan, which lost the first place, as John gets the fastest lap in the intermediates. Go around the inside, one of the Ferrari drivers, the Red Bull drivers, Floor. Now will he attack? Will he attack the Haas driver? Go around the inside, look at that. Under braking. Going very wide. Lost the position. Tried his best. He has to just let it stick. Just has to wait for the right opportunity he can get. As we're going on to Lucas Gambrini in the Renault. Look how close the cars are. Everybody has to be careful on the braking now. A little bit of a jiggle from the Renault driver. Now Vlad is under pressure from Floor, which is right behind him, going round the outside. Floor as Maku overtakes Philoctis. Look at this, extraordinary. Going back on the track, very dangerously going back on the track. A slight contact there with the Renault driver. I don't think there's any damage done, as some of the drivers are going very, very wide, under braking, late braking. As Mako is still fighting, he's catching up to his teammate. He's trying to catch up to his teammate, as I would say, but he's pushing his car. He's keeping up the momentum in every single corner, letting the car gently roll through the hairpin, as you can see here. Slightly on the throttle. Fully concentrated. As Milan is still under pressure from Bogdan, which is using the slipstream. Now, will it work? Will the slipstream work? Not yet. As Cosman gets 3-second penalty. As Bogdan is getting closer and closer to Milan. Milan's pace looks like it's slowing down a bit. Look how close Bogdan is to the rear end of the Williams. The same with the Dark Champion chasing down the Mercedes driver. The mid pack is all huddled up together as Logan Marco is under pressure from the McLaren driver here behind him. Sean MC using the slipstream he can get. As Floor going around the outside again of the Haskar lad. Look at that wonderful overtake. Will he make it into the corner? Yes, he will. Wonderful maneuver by him. Now all he has to do is either chase his teammate or just play defensive here. The Toro Rosso driver isn't giving up yet. Luke is going a little bit wide there. Look at that. Has to brake very, very hard. It's very dangerous as Sean MC is trying to go around the outside and the move didn't stick, but he's still going to try. And Lauren Marco lost the position to Provenza here as he had a little bit of a contact with Maku. As Maku had to brake, he had nowhere to go. Things like this happen, so that's why all the drivers need to be very, very careful of each other. Have to give each other room, space. And there you go, Sean MC going around the inside. Look at this. Lucas Gambrini going defensively here. And there's a huge contact between Provenza and Sean MC. As Maku uses the advantage and gets into the 11th place. Now Sean MC, now Provenza is, look at that, his front wing is nearly gone. He has to be very careful, loads of downforce lost. So now he has to come back into pits, change his front wing, lost loads of positions. As Troja is coming in on his medium compound tyres. He is risking it, even though he's on the last place. He's undercutting like crazy here. And end plate lost. Bad call for him, bad call for him. He's going to be struggling like that, and he crashed into the barrier, lost the front wing, and that is the end for him. Maku's going back into the 10th place. Low Marco chasing Maku here. Sean MC straight on the Ferrari's tail. JC as well, making the same mistake Low Marco did, and look at this. Let's go very, very slowly. Cannot push that throttle too much, because he's going to end up into the barrier like Troger did. And safety car, virtual safety car is out. So let's have a look at Troger struggling on his mediums here with no front wing at all. So yeah, back up the pace. Lucas under pressure from Maku. Maku is putting on a show this race. It's just he's quicker than Maku is faster than middle grid, as we can see here. As JZ lost position. Sector 1, yellow flag. The Dark Champion has to extend the gap, because look at this. The two Red Bull drivers are on his tail as Troger has left the session. He has made a mistake, and that is the end. Too soon to be on the medium compound tyres for now, as the track is still wet. As John is still in the lead, Nokatopan right behind him, following him. Bogdan, again another Alfa Romeo driver, trying to catch up to the two drivers. Milan chasing down Bogdan. Dark Champion is still under pressure. And look at here, Lucas Gambrini. Just trying to use that slipstream here. Very close to Vlad. Get around the inside. Look at this. Very, very precise here. As Lucas goes defensively into the corner and takes the 8th place. What a wonderful... This is very, very spectacular overtaking here in the first chicane. And the track is wet. As Sector 2, Cosmin has to slow down. Any damage? No damage. Philoctis takes 13th place from Bomba in a Haas. As Haas tries to take the 13th place back from Philoctis. Let's see how JC is doing on his mediums. Not very good, I would say. Going very, very wide, sliding out. Has to go very slowly. The tires are gonna be so hot for him. As look at this, 3 wide going into the first chicane. Extraordinary overtaking. He's going to come out on top here. And it's Lomi Marco. which takes the 10th place. As there you can see, Sean MC is right behind Cosmin here. As Cosmin is going round the inside, and is a spin, a contact there made. As JC as well has left. Again, another mistake by the driver from the Mercedes. Too soon on the mediums, as Cosmin got spun out by Long Marco. There was a contact there. Going too aggressively from Cosmin. Too aggressively. Now Maku is putting loads of pressure on Vlad here. Pardon me. Now JC is going on softs. Now let's see, will there be any moves from Maku? Not yet, too far away for the Mercedes driver to make any judgment here. But he's getting closer and closer. Look at this, now he has the chance using the slipstream, going around the inside of the Haas driver. Beautiful move. Very easy maneuver for him. Now he has to chase down the Renault driver. As Cosmin as well going on the medium tyres. What is wrong with the drivers? Look at this. They are literally, every single driver is literally, 3 drivers have risked it now. It has stopped raining, but still the track is wet. As Provenza is going around the inside, trying to go around the inside, making that move. Wheel to wheel, there we go. Very nice. Committed to the overtake. Dark Champion takes the 4th place from floor. Vlad is in the pits. Lone Marco going on the mediums as well. Floor using the slipstream. Let's go on the TV pod here. Oh! Not enough there, not enough. But let's have a look. It isn't the end yet. As Cosmin is trying everything he can to overtake the Dark Champion, to overtake that Ferrari car. We will have to wait a bit. As Lone Marco is chasing down Sean MC. Milan as well on the mediums for the Williams. And here we go. Floor putting pressure. No pressure at all. There's less and less spray from the cars. So that means that the track is drying out. But Milan is still going to lose loads of time. As Philoctis got 12th place from Provenza again. And Philoctis takes 11th place. Easily done. As Lone Marco is trying to go defensive, trying to defend. He can't, going wide. Bomber just keeping behind. Doesn't want to interfere with any of this. As there's contact made. Milan going very wide. And there's going to be loads of it taken down. As you can see here, Milan is still struggling a little bit to keep the grip. As the three drivers are now battling it out easily. Philoctus has to let both of them pass because he has nothing to defend with. And Barbagello didn't overtake Milan, which is very, very weird. But this might be it. This might be it. Let's go on a TV pod here with Barbagello. See how he tries to overtake Milan. Losing a little bit of grip here on the intermediates now. So now Maku 5th place. Excellent drive from him. Lucas Gambrini the same. Floor. Very lovely. John still 1st place. Way ahead of the rest of the drivers. Dark Champion comes into pits for the medium compound tyres. I think Floor takes the 2nd place. Maku as well comes into the pits. A little bit of a slide from Bogdan here. His rear end steps out. Maku going on the wets. Is he crazy? What kind of strategy is he taking? Well, let's hope it'll work out for him. Because the track is getting drier and drier. It isn't getting any wetter. Let's see. He's coming out of the pits. Go on board with him for a little bit. He has no grip at all. You can see it. He risked 5th place just to go back down. As John goes on to the medium compound tyres, still in the lead there. As Floor coming into the pits. The pit road is still wet, but the track isn't anymore. And look at Mako struggling to find any sort of grip here on the wets. DRS is enabled. That means that the track is now dry. He has to come back into the pits again. Made a mistake. He ruined his own race. And look at this. Toro Rosso car and the Ferrari were roundly going very outside of the track. As the Toro Rosso still sticks to his strategy here, going on the intermediates. Lucas saved it from the barrier. We're on lap 17 out of 36. As you can see, a little skirmish between the Haas and Renault car. Now, which tyre has the advantage now? That is the question. And it is the Renault. The same with the Toro Rosso, so 50-50 there. As the drivers are very close together, the DRS is enabled, slipstream is enabled. Virtual safety car is out. Mako is out of the race. As Haskar is going onto the softs. Now he's going to be pushing it as hard as he can. The same with JC. Sebastian's still on the intermediates. It isn't working anymore, mate. Come into the pits. Listen to your team orders. As Milan is putting pressure back on the Dark Champion. DRS is enabled, not enough for the Milan boy here in the Williams. Sebastian coming into the pits, finally listen to his team orders. What compound tyres is he going to go on? Softs and the front wing change. As Bomber is slightly gaining the positions. Now the little skirmish here between the Dark Champion Milan and Sean MC. As three of the drivers are willing to catch up to Vlad. Two Renault drivers are stuck together. Now it's all about not making any mistakes. Clean drive here for those two. Don't ruin each other's race. Get as much points as they can, if they can. And here we go. The lap times are getting faster and faster. As Lucas Philoctis try to go around the inside of his teammate here. Not enough. Barbagello now. As Bomber is going defensive, Barbagello going around the inside. Look at this. Medium compound tyres beat soft compound tyres. What a lovely drive from him. Perfect pace, going precisely into the corner. As the two Renault cars are battling it out like the two Mercedes. The banana cars. Now will there be any overtakes from both of them as Provenza overtakes Sean MC. Now look at this. Philoctis tries to go around the inside, not yet. One of the Red Bull drivers, Floor, is driving at his own pace, nobody to catch up to, nobody behind him. He has clean track in front of him, clean track behind him, as John makes the fastest lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix on the 22nd lap. Here, look at this Alfa Romeo driver. Seven-second gap from this second place. as Neko Tofan is trying to catch up to the leader. And look at this battle here. Milan battling with Provenza. And right behind him is the Toro Rosso, Sean MC in 10th place, trying to catch up to both of them. Provenza going round the inside, dive bombs him. Look at this. Slight contact there on the side pod, but no damage at all. And Provenza takes 8th place and he is away. And now Sean MC is putting loads of pressure on Milan. Let's go on, look at the draft, look at this. Look at that, that was huge contact there. And Sean MC has to do all that work again, catch up to Milan, which defended aggressively there. As Sebastian is making faster and faster lap times here. Slowly but surely catching up to the Haas in front of him, Bomba. And here's our leader there, John, coming up to his second sector of the track. Now let's look at the two Renaults again. Blocked is going round the inside. Yes, he has made the move. Finally. He made the move on his teammate. Now he's away. Team order has been set. As Flo is gently driving his out at his own pace. The only Red Bull car left on the track. Pit F1 is pushing the car to its limits, maximizing the throttle usage, doing everything he can to catch up to the Toro Rosso in front of him, driven by Sebastian. The Dark Champion is getting chased by Provenza as Provenza is slowly but surely creeping up on the Dark Champion. Milan's tyres are 2 laps older than the rest of the field. So he'll have to drive conservatively to maintain the tyre wear or drive fast as he can, which is very risky for him. Now as Vlad is slowly getting under pressure from the Ferrari driver here by the Dark Champion. DRS enabled. Will the slipstream work? Going very, very close. Dark Champion in the Ferrari car is very close to the Haas, but no moves yet. Sebastian still, look at this again. Two Red Bull cars are just playing around now. There's nobody to overtake, so why not overtake each other? Haas is keeping the Ferrari driver at bay, not allowing him to catch up or overtake. As you can see here, Provenza is getting closer and closer. Look at this. Vlad is going, oh, contact there. Is Provenza going around the inside of the Ferrari driver? No, he won't go around the inside, not yet. As Vlad is going very, very defensively. Now this might be it for the three drivers here. Very lovely exit made by Provenza here. It's going to be a move done. Going around the outside here. Provenza is not giving up. He's still trying to catch up to the Ferrari and the Haas. But that means that his tyre wear is just it's just dead now. He's using his tyres more and more. Look at this, he's starting to lose grip. And there's a slight gap from the two Renaults here. They were battling out little skirmishes then, they're back and forth, but now Sebastian's still not coming into the pit, still going on, trying to catch up to Barbagello. And here we go. The move has been made. Let's go on board. Let's see the battle from V Provenza's point of view here. Short shifting it to second, back onto third. Red try to go around the inside. Reaper is again very close to the Haas. Trying to go very defensively. As Pit F1 going, trying to go around the inside. Contact there with Haas Bomber. Now Pit F1 makes an easy move, going around the inside of the Haas. Lovely manoeuvre there by him. But let's go back on to our three main drivers here. Dark Champion going defensively here. Not enough by the Haas driver. Now the Dark Champion is going very defensively here. A good run up there by Provenza. Look at this, side by side here. Oh, and a contact was made. V Provenza, unlucky for him. Too aggressively. The doors have been shut on Provenza. Now, all that work for nothing. Okay, another overtake has been done. Dark Champion again. Look at this, Vlad. Now Vlad has to go very defensively here, as Milan is getting right behind them. Now there's going to be another three-way battle between those three drivers. Look at this. What an extraordinary battle. And oh, that contact was very, very suspicious here. Now Sebastian is gonna come into the pit and change his front wing. As Milan is using everything he has to try to close the gap between him and the Dark Champion. But not enough, he's losing time on the left-hander there. Let's go on board with Milan here in the Williams. Let's see how the battle turns out from his point of view, going very wide there. Dark Champion is right on Vlad's tail. It's all about the exit from this corner here, as the Dark Champion has the perfect exit. Getting closer and closer to Vlad. DRS enabled. Lovely, going around the outside here. And the move is made. But it isn't over yet. Now Vlad has the upper hand here with the DRS, as he takes the lead, takes the 6th place back. Pit F1 takes 13th place from Barbagello in McLaren. Buffon trying to do everything he can just to not let Barbagello get the slipstream. But we are back onto the main free. Now Milan has a beautiful run up on the Dark Champion here. As Dark Champion is trying to go around the inside. No, no, no. Dark Champion again going around the inside. Look at this. Slight contact between three of them. And we are on the last step of the race here. As here's our podium leader, John, in the Alfa Romeo. As he comes to the home straight, takes the first place. Right behind him, Noko Chofan in the Racing Point car. Takes second place, Bogdan right behind him. Third place, look at this. Two Alfa Romeo cars on the podium. Congratulations to them. For fourth place in the Red Bull Racing. Here we go. Look at that. Lloyd Marco right behind him in a Ferrari, fifth place. And here we go, the main three that we're fighting it out. Look at the gap now. And Vlad takes 5th place, Dark Champion 6th place, and Lloyd Marco takes 7th place. Milan 8th place, Sean MC 9th place, Provenza 10th place, Lucas in a Renault takes 11th place. Right behind him is his teammate, Philoctis in the Renault, Pit F1 in the Williams takes 13th place. Beautiful Barbagello 14th place. And that is the end of the Brazilian Grand Prix. As we are going to have a look at the results in a minute. As the podium winners come in onto the podium here. Look at this. Beautiful. Two Alfa Romeo drivers. John did an excellent drive here. Noko Tupan tried his best, but it just wasn't enough. And here are the results of the Brazilian Grand Prix. First place John in the Alfa Romeo, second place Noko Johan in Racing Point, third place Bogdan in the Alfa Romeo, fourth place Flo in Red Bull, fifth place Vlad in Haas, sixth place the Dark Champion in Ferrari, seventh place Marco in Ferrari, eighth place Milan in Williams, ninth place Sean MC in Toro Rosso, 10th place Provenza in McLaren, 11th place Lucas in Renault, right behind him is his teammate in 12th place, Barbagello in McLaren, 13th place, Pit F1 in a Williams, 14th place, Bumba in Haas, 15th place, 16th place Sebastian in Toro Rosso, and this is the rest of the grid here. So thank you all for watching, and I hope I see you on the next Grand Prix.